It's time now for the Offendometer. Here's how it works. Teams will take turns getting pictures from the old Offendometer, which is the nice little index of everyone and everything that's made people mad this week. The job of the panelists is to tell us who's the offender, what they did, and who they offended. Let's get it started. Amber and Matt, let's see your offender.
Great.
Who is that man?
He's the man who turned up the heat wherever he is. Causing himself and everyone in the building to sweat.
Ooh, baby.
Listen.
Is that the dude that's running for governor of North Carolina?
Yes, we'll let them answer and then we'll come to you.
Okay.
It's not his fault, he's smart.
Yeah, he is smart. Okay.
It's the dude who's running for governor of North Carolina. Yeah. I can tell you that.
Very good.
Now, what he did was he was like, fuck South Carolina, North Carolina rules.
That is North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, also known as MAGA's Great Black Hope, or as Donald Trump calls him, Tim Scott. Who did Mark Robinson offend and why?
I thought we had a perfectly fine answer to that question.
Wow, giving him a
We'd like to double down on the wrong answer, please.
The answer, the Girl Scouts of America are mad at Mark Robinson, who's currently running for governor of North Carolina because his wife allegedly stiffed the Girl Scouts for nearly $3,000 worth of cookies.
That's terrible.
That's got to be a record in terms of Girl Scout cookie purchases.
Yeah.
$3,000?
Yeah.
Now, haven't we all felt like stealing $3,000 worth of Girl Scout cookies?
I mean, Thin Mints are delicious. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love a Thin Mint.
Put them in your freezer, enjoy them forever.
This is on the Girl Scouts.
You gotta get your money up front.
Yeah, why are you giving the product before you get the bread?
Right.
Also, the Girl Scouts are shady anyway because they charge you for these cookies, then they put a picture of them on the box having a good time with your money, and that's disrespectful. Let's go ahead and complete the headline. The anti-gay devout Christian politician also drew criticism for what hypocritical habit? Oh. Yes, the answer is being a regular at a porn shop.
So he doesn't have the internet?
Right.
Yeah, who's going to porn shops?
Yeah. The carbon emissions alone, just to do all that driving, just get on.
Why?
What part about community don't you understand?
Exactly.
Right.
Thank you, Matt.
Supporting small businesses.
Right.
Exactly.
But yet stealing from the Girl Scouts.
Exactly. People independently verified that Robinson was indeed a regular visitor of the 24-hour porn shop Gents Video and News,
Oh, yeah.
and that Robinson would stop in as many as 5 nights a week to watch porn videos in a private booth when he worked at a pizza shop nearby. And that's pizza and delivery and porn, a classic combination.
So if you've ever eaten pizza from that place,
Yeah.
Tested.
That's it. Yeah.
When asked about his preferences at the shop, one former clerk who helped Robinson at the shop said, quote, "I know he might have problems with gay people, but I don't think he has a problem with lesbians." Let me tell you.
Hey, Roy, are we allowed to give points to whoever said that?
Okay, Michael and Robin, here's one
Yes,
for you.
finally, yes.
Who's the offender?
Oh boy.
Okay, so
All right. All right.
this is the person saying, "Leave Britney alone."
First of all, this angle couldn't be worse.
I mean,
Why? This is how men, when you guys take selfies of women, this is how you take them. And then you go, "Is it good?" And you're like, "Oh my God, just forget it. Give me the phone. Give me the phone." I don't know who this is.
You don't know?
I don't actually know.
Okay,
who
so that's
Sorry.
Laura Loomer.
Oh, that's her.
That's her. She said if Kamala Harris wins, the smell of curry will permeate the White House, and all calls to the White House will be handled by call centers. Don't get mad at me.
I'm giving you credit. You're reading it in a very don't cancel me tempo.
That's right.
That's it. You're doing great.
And I respect that.
Thank you, Roy.
You are correct. Points for you.
Good job.
You are correct. Give us the tweet. so we can read it properly. Laura Loomer posted a tweet that said if Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris wins, quote, the White House will smell like curry and the White House speeches will be facilitated via a call center.
Okay, I'd like to give some notes. I mean, if you're gonna make a terribly racist joke, this shouldn't be a paragraph.
Right, it's too much.
Yeah.
What do you do? And then they'll call into the White House, but then it'll be a call center. But then when they call there, the people will be like, please hold, you know what I mean? So then they'll have to hang up, and that's America.
And Kamala won't be able to help you because she'll be too busy watching Gandhi.
Who of all people came to Kamala's defense to attack Laura Loomer?
I'm gonna guess, but I think okay. So here's who should have come to her defense. J.D. Vance's wife, Usha, who is of Indian descent, who actually came to her defense out of left field, the incredibly racist Marjorie Taylor Greene of Jewish space laser fame.
Wow.
Marjorie Taylor Greene said Loomer, quote, rhetoric and hateful tone is concerning and doesn't represent MAGA as a whole.
Sounds like somebody's jealous.
Next up, Amber and Matt. Who's the offender?
Okay, this is the man who wrote the books about the hairy children.
The hairy what?
Isn't it the small people?
You think it's J.R.R. Tolkien?
Wait.
You know, he died like 100 years ago.
What did he
This
write?
is Game of Thrones, not Lord of the
That's the same thing.
Yes, that is Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin. Martin offended HBO and the showrunner of a Game of Thrones spin-off series, House of Dragon, by publishing a blog post criticizing the show's toxic changes from his original work.
Okay, well, maybe write more. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Do you watch it?
Yeah, I do watch it.
Never seen it.
And there's like mad black people on it.
Oh,
Is that the toxic change he was mad about? One thing I did not want. I said one thing.
Are they enslaved? Are the black people enslaved like Game of Thrones?
No, they're like royal.
Oh.
And some of them have dragons now.
Black people got dragons?
Oh my God!
Yes! I need to watch this shit.
Yes, you need to watch it.
That's why he mad. Black people got dragons.
I'm not even allowed to participate in this part of the conversation. All right.
That man a hater.
Yes.
Get him.
All right, Amber and Charlie, this is your offender.
Okay, he's offending everyone by hitting this note. Ah.
He is the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, Mark Robinson.
Yeah, points for that, points. For the first time in this show's extremely long history, we have someone on the offender meter 2 weeks in a row. This is unprecedented. It's Republican nominee for governor of North Carolina, Mark Robinson, seen here telling Steve Urkel to get out of his house. Who did Mark Robinson offend?
Me, dude.
Everyone?
Mark Robinson offended pretty much everybody. CNN first reported on Thursday that over a decade ago, Robinson made comments on a porn site in which he referred to himself as a black Nazi and expressed support for reinstating slavery.
Ooh. Now, what's cool is he doesn't know how slavery works, because you the slave. You look like you could build a house by yourself.
I'm not going to say that this is a plot by the Democrats to derail Mark Robinson's campaign, but looking at some of the stuff that he's alleged to have been commenting on the porn site, all of it didn't feel like stuff a black dude would say, some of the verbiage.
It does feel
Like
like
I want to
a white writer would say to be...
Like when a white person pretends that black people vandalize something, they put blacks rule on, they spray paint it. Does anybody have a guess to the name of the pornographic website where Mark Robinson was so active?
Say it.
Pornhub?
No. That would be normal.
It's
Nude Africa.
in Africa. Oh.
Yeah, double points.
New
The website,
Africa.
the website where Mark Robinson said all this crazy shit was Nude Africa. And check out their logo. Look at this. The world's most amateur black site.
the world's
can tell
most
by your
amateur
font.
Yes.
No, be fair, be fair. That was cutting edge Comic Sans font in late 90s.
When I was a kid, Nude Africa was National Geographic. Like that was Nude Africa.
Yeah.
Did you never look at National Geographic?
Fair.
It was,
That passed as porn when we were kids, right?
Yes.
That's
I'll say this, whatever you say on a porn site comment room, you meant that. You got that post-orgasm clarity. You was telling the truth.
Yeah.
Michael and Rosebud, let's see your offender.
oh, well, that's MrBeast.
Yes,
Oh, I thought that was one of the minions.
that is popular YouTuber Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast.
Okay.
Who did MrBeast offend?
Mr. Magneto?
I get it now.
Oh my God, I love me so much.
MrBeast offended 5 contestants of his upcoming reality competition show, Beast Games, who are suing him and Amazon with allegations of sexual harassment and chronic mistreatment.
It's been a great week for dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what MrBeast does, man. These wild, grand videos that get a lot of impressions.
Didn't he give people sight?
Yeah, he did water in Africa, but he also makes crazy, wacky videos too, which explains his new YouTube video. You won't believe what happened when I sexually harassed and chronically mistreated people. Number 8 will shock you. MrBeast announced that he's teaming up with Logan Paul to launch a competitor to Lunchables.
Oh.
Well, you can't do that the same week that you get sexual misconduct.
One downside, I do think, though, that if you're purchasing a pre-made Lunchable from MrBeast and Logan Paul, is that it automatically triggers a call to Child Protective Services. Amber, Megyn, Michael, and Mark, who's this offender?
Oh, I know who that is.
The movie director.
James Cameron.
Yes.
I knew a white man's name. Give me 1,000 points. Good job. Good job. I almost said Kirk Cameron.
Who did he offend?
People who are blue?
He offended filmmakers of all people because he joined the board of some AI company, and filmmakers are obviously opposed to artificial intelligence making their movies for them, and everybody's like, Jim Cameron, how dare you? I'm gonna beat you with this roll of nickels.
Points.
All right.
James Cameron offended movie fans and environmentalists by announcing he's joining the board of directors at Stability AI, a company specializing in text-to-image generation. In a statement, Cameron said that AI will, quote, unlock new ways for artists to tell stories in ways we could have never imagined.
Obviously, the live audience knows this, but viewers at home will not. Amber is entirely AI.
Doesn't she look real?
She looks so real.
Doesn't movies in ways we've never imagined, isn't that just corporate talk for just movie tickets about to be $60?
It's not in ways we haven't imagined. AI mines all the things we done already did, and then it spits out something related to that. So it's literally in ways we already imagined.
Can anyone tell me why environmentalists are upset about AI?
It requires so much energy and so much water to make these images that you could take 10 showers.
Yeah, the mineral
with
mining.
with the Trump watch, and you could get yourself so moist, Megyn, you wouldn't believe it.
AI searches use 10 times more energy than a regular search. But question, can anyone tell me what controversial deal Microsoft just made to power their AI?
Is it a lot of gerbils on bicycles? Just
The answer, to buy nuclear power for their data centers in the Northeast. This could lead to restarting a reactor at 3 Mile Island nuclear plant in Pennsylvania. Yes, the one that melted down.
We're all about reboots in this country, so that kind of tracks. Just like, let's do 3 Mile again.
oddly enough, rebooting 3 Mile Island actually sounds like the plot of a James Cameron movie.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, next up, let's see our next offender. She know who it is.
Megyn Kelly, does she have anything anymore? Is she on a thing?
She has a radio show, and she was very unhappy with Taylor Swift.
Oh. I thought you were going to say she offended Santa by being mad that there are black Santas. I'll never forget that host said that. It made me furious.
I mean, these are both good guesses, but no, she's moving on past Taylor Swift. We're not even mad at Taylor Swift. She's moving on with somebody new.
Was it Oprah? During the interview, the sort of softball Kamala Oprah interview, was that it?
This week, Megyn Kelly offended Oprah Winfrey when she criticized Oprah's interview with Kamala Harris. On her radio show, Kelly said, quote, "I miss fat Oprah.
Oh.
She was just genuine. Now this thin Ozempic Oprah has lost, along with the pounds, her heart and her sense of authenticity."
She had the guts to say, "I miss fat Oprah." God dang.
Why would you pick a fight with the most popular woman on the planet?
Because that's her only move. She ain't got no friends.
True.
So all you can do is pick on the most popular person. I did it in high school. It got my ass beat.
Bonus question. Who can tell me what cosmetic procedures Megyn Kelly does approve of?
Plastic.
Yeah, nose, Brazilian butt, lift.
Let's hear it from Megyn Kelly on the cosmetic surgeries she endorses.
All right, ladies, listen to me. Get the lasers. Get the Botox. Ask your doctor about the order, because in some things you're not supposed to have those too close to each other. I don't know how it works.
You know, I think she should just do like TikTok skincare videos and drop anything political. She might be an okay person in that world.
That's the most misogynist thing you ever said. Hey, Toots, shut up about the politics. You're gorgeous.
First offender.
Who is that?
You tell me, that's your job.
Is that the dude who we didn't know who tweeted out the AI thing?
Oh,
I was going to guess the mayor of Magaville, that rapper.
Let's try this picture instead.
I know who this is.
Let's try the other picture.
Yep.
Oh, it's Michael Jackson.
Any guesses?
Well, that dude, who's now a politician in some capacity, he dressed up as Michael Jackson and put on the bronzer, and now he's being taken to town for doing quote-unquote blackface.
You already said it, but I was going to say his name begins with Republican.
That is Republican New York Congressman currently running for re-election, Mike Lawler. This is an easy one. Does anyone know who he offended? Amber, I'll start with you.
He offended us and our ancestors? Final answer? Also, like, if you're gonna be Michael Jackson, you don't need the bronze. How you gonna throw on a wig?
Yeah,
What do you do? The bronzer and no wig?
Yeah.
Well,
Just
now that's Eddie
outer.
Murphy. What are we doing?
Mike Lawler offended black people, Michael Jackson fans, and anybody with eyes. Turns out Lawler is known around Washington as a huge Michael Jackson fan. Does anyone know what he did in 2005 to show his support for the King of Pop?
Raped a kid?
Any guesses over here?
Showed up outside a courthouse when Michael Jackson was being tried for something.
For what? For what, Andy?
When he was a high school senior, Mike Lawler flew from New York to California to attend Michael Jackson's criminal trial. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Michael Jackson might not have been the weirdest person at the Michael Jackson trial. Before we move on, does anybody know what Mike Lawler's go-to Michael Jackson move is?
The crotch grab?
There's moonwalk.
Crotch grab.
Crotch grab?
Yeah.
And then there's the...
The head on fire.
Wait, did you just say the head on fire?
Yeah. I did.
Turns out Mike Lawler can moonwalk, as seen in this video.
I have this victory dance I've been working on. It's almost perfected. So it's like...
I have never seen someone moonwalk so flavorlessly. How can you only be moving from the knees down while you moonwalk?
That's like the river dance version.
It was like...
of moonwalking.
I'm not saying he's getting invited to a BET Hip Hop Award show, but as far as dress shoes on carpet,
It's pretty good.
Credible.
all right, our next offender.
Oh, that's Rob Schneider.
That's the hot chick himself, Rob Schneider. Does anyone know who Rob
Yes,
Schneider is?
yes. Dikembe Mutombo died.
Oh, yes.
And he made an allusion to the idea that maybe Dikembe Mutombo had died from being vaxxed.
Got the jab.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
No.
He did.
Oh, dude.
Mutombo died earlier this week at the age of 58 from brain cancer. So Schneider thought it would be the perfect time to repost a 2021 video of Mutombo promoting the COVID vaccine, adding, quote, "Rest in peace. I'm sure this is just another coincidence, but I took a pass on the jab, and I'm gonna not let anyone I know and who will listen get it either." If Rob Schneider wants people to avoid vaccines, he should just release a movie called Vaccines.
I have no idea who Rob Schneider is.
You didn't see Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo?
No.
You didn't see Deuce Bigelow too?
Yeah. Bonus question. Does anyone know what phrase Dikembe Mutombo used to yell in his Georgetown college ball days whenever he walked in the club?
Who wants to sex Mutombo?
Here's his former Georgetown teammate Alonzo Mourning being asked about the story on ESPN.
There's this story of Dikembe back in the glory days of walking into a nightclub.
Who wants to sex Mutombo?
Who wants to sex Mutombo?
You've heard it. You've heard it, haven't you?
Is the story true? We need to know if the story is true.
You've heard it before.
When a black man does this is yes. Who is that?
Oh, Bob Woodward. Right?
Yeah, that's
Okay, good. Phew. Jeez, the silence there really scared me.
That is legendary journalist Bob Woodward, seen here saying Grandpa wants a kiss. Who did old Bob Woodward offend, though?
Well, so the story came out this week in his new book that Trump and Putin have maintained very cordial telephone relations.
Yes.
And so it's unclear who is offended by this, other than America.
Bob Woodward offended Donald Trump with his new book, War. In the book, Woodward details Trump's private conversations with Vladimir Putin, including that there have been maybe as many as 7 calls between Trump and Putin since Trump left the White House in 2021. 7 calls. That is intense. There's family members I ain't talked to 7 times since 2021. According to Woodward's book, does anyone know what Trump sent to Putin during the pandemic?
He sent him COVID tests. When Americans couldn't get COVID tests, Donald Trump was sending them to
Why is all the
Vladimir Putin.
information on this show so terrible? God damn it. Did he? Roy, say he didn't.
Points. The book also talks about some election advice that Lindsey Graham gave to Trump. According to the Woodward book, in preparation for the 2024 election, Lindsey Graham told Trump, quote, "You got a problem with moderate women. The people that think the earth is flat and we didn't go to the moon, you've got them. Let that go." Lindsey could have just said, "You got Marjorie Taylor Greene." It's shorter.
It's so amazing that Lindsey Graham knew that. That's a very reasonable thing for someone to tell Trump. It's 100% true. Any one of us would have said that to him. I didn't know they knew that.
They know everything.
Are they really, really
know
smart or really, really stupid? I keep going back and forth.
Bonus offender meter. The Woodward book also offers a behind-the-scenes look at the Biden administration. Does anyone know what Biden often referred to Donald Trump as?
Is it a nickname, a specific nickname?
So many possibilities.
I think it was a withering bon mot such as that fucking asshole.
Points for Hodgman. Biden often called Trump, quote, "that fucking asshole."
You know what?
Biden.
Get him back in the race.
Yeah. Where was that during the debate when you needed it?
Biden ain't been that mad since they took the cocaine out of soda back in the day.